Listen, and I'll tell you a tale. There they stood, the six alone, the hunter, the maker, and the wild swamp's own, a young chief rising and a weaver of bone. Remember, the gate was thrown wide, the horror inside, the riders drew iron, there was nowhere to hide. Before it was done, our heroes, yes, everyone, they fell and died. It's up to you now, kid.
When designing your wardrobe, I would start with wearing the hat of the sheriff, regardless of your preference of hat type. This way you can get a clear look at your eyes. At that point, I'd start by working your way backwards through the configuration for your shape and eye color. We're going to go with kind of a nice reddish look. Maybe kind of a little bit of blue to match the eyes, and then we'll go with a nice Robin Hood cap. Welcome to Tran Plays Wizard Without a Gun. What's that you say? The game is Wizard with a Gun? Well, take another look at my quest. Hello, Wizard. Oh, good. You are still alive. You weren't my first pick. My first pick is already dead. It's not ideal. I wouldn't ask you to do this if I had another choice. There's not much time left before the world ends. You'll have to get into that tower to roll back time to before chaos started wrecking things. There's a doorway not too far from here. Just follow the path. Hello, Wizard. She's dead, Wizard. There's no bounty left for you to collect now. All the doorways are closed again, across the entire tower. She opened them all once. Perhaps you can too, but you'll need Arcana. Chaos is just magical energy, malignant and mindless. You'll need to fight it to gather some Arcana. To fight it, you'll need a... what did you call it? Ah, yes, a gun. Now that you have a gun, you can gather Arcana to unlock the doorway. It'll take you to a safe place. Chaos monsters will drop Arcana when they die.
Howdy. Everything comes to an end, kid. You've got the best seats for watching the show. That old ghost tell you the fate of the world's in your hands? I've heard her say that one before. It's a heavy burden to put on anyone. Don't stress too much, kid. If you fail, no one will be around to blame you. Good luck with everything, kid.
Hello, Wizard. Be careful. Beings of pure chaos are coming through rifts up ahead. Defeat them to obtain Arcana and open the doorway. Hello, Wizard. Chaos is a relentless force, but you're strong against it. Return to the doorway to open the tower. I was going to need some metal scrap if I wanted to be a gunmancer of any note.
Looks like I'd run out of bullets.
That wizard. Use the arcana you collected to repair the doorway.
I'd made it to the tower. I had a moment to relax. The first step was tethering my soul to this location. If the worst would happen, I would return here. With the first edition, I would learn how to learn. It was an ancient mechana tome capable of learning about the world around it. I could use it to scan objects to find out more about them. When holding the first edition, I could see indicators above objects I could scan. I can upgrade the first edition allowing it to scan more objects. Scanning objects and creatures provides recipes for crafting. The wheel was broken. Its gears must be returned before time can be rolled back and the world restored to its earlier state. I could toss my now useless gun in the arcane annihilator, but there was something else I could do instead. With all 3 gears in my possession, it was time to return them to the Wheel of Chronomancy. It's time to find out what all the fuss was about. The Chronomancer's wheel is a god machine that rolls back time. If I return ancient gears to add to the wheel, I could rebuild more of the world. Every gear I add allows me to roll time back further and discover more of the Shatter. The tower is my home away from chaos. I've rolled back time before the end of the world. Maybe Hilda's alive again. If I went through this doorway, I'd be starting a new expedition. If I died during the expedition, I would drop everything in my backpack and return to the Soul Tether.
Gunslinger. You! Oh, you're my replacement. Of all the people on this shatter, you. Gods, I hope she knows what she's doing. I'm getting too old for this nonsense, but if you want to take my job, you should at least do it well. First things first, let's get that gun reloaded. Head over to the loading bench.
Wizards use loading benches to build spells on their guns. I could use it to craft bullets and powders with resources I gathered from the world.
Ah, a simple destruction spell. Classic. Next time you're in the tower, check out the research mechana. It'll help you learn to build better spells. You'll need to learn to build your own loading bench. The next time you roll back the wheel, I may not be here. I see you found the first edition. Good. That book is smarter than you can imagine. If you let it get a good look at something, it can teach you a lot. Have it take a good look at me. I'll show you both how to make a world builder, a furniture gun.
World Builder could be used to construct and deconstruct buildings. Buildings constructed in the tower are permanent, and those in the Shatter are lost when I roll back time.
Ah, I remember when I built my first furniture gun. Make sure to build a loading bench in your tower. It'll serve you till the end of time. 200 years ago, the world broke and the shatter was created. Since then, things were stable, mostly, until we opened the tower and let the chaos out. Chaos keeps destroying the world, no matter how many times we roll back the wheel. Now, chaos has broken the wheel. To rebuild the world, you're going to need to rebuild the wheel first, one ancient gear at a time. My allies, the riders, may have some of the pieces as well, but they won't trust you. This is the first time you've met us, not the first time we've met you. When you roll back time again, I won't remember this.
Ancient gears are used to rebuild the Chronomancer's wheel. After returning an ancient gear, I could roll back time to expand the shatter with new areas. Some things were more durable than needed to be, but I could still salvage it with a bit of elbow grease and persistence. Sometimes things would glow out of my way. Personally, I found them annoying. Things were going to get tense later on. I should gather resources while I could. There was a reason I didn't take them down. Their firepower would come in handy for just gathering a few more things. For example, I could gather some stone with their help. Sometimes you could find some chests in the wilderness. I don't know who put them there, but the takings were yours. A savvy wizard, however, might take the chest too. Normal people wouldn't try shooting a tree with a gun. Gunmancers, on the other hand. Finding a nice looking spot was sometimes more difficult than it needed to be. Let's just get it over with. Silly me. I put everything up. Well, it was good to know that everything would have a home in the future. I was going to need a lot of things to continue. Might as well do a little housekeeping while we were here. This is the Arcane Annihilator. As I mentioned before, I could toss anything I wanted into it and get some Arcana back. Things were looking a bit better, both figuratively and literally. I learned how to craft spells from Hilda Buller herself. From here, things are about to get more difficult. Chaos was now breaking apart the world. I would have a limited time until chaos is unleashed. When it is unleashed, it begins to devour the world, and surviving becomes more difficult. I could awaken dormant rifts and destroy them to push chaos back even further. Now I would have to move with a mission.
Looks like we must have met before. You have my gun. The other riders have the gears. You'll need to face them. That furnace over there can melt down metals and other stuff. Turn them into useful building materials. You can stand it just like with any other furniture.
The Mechantress has a gear for the wheel. I must retrieve it. They say bad guys might have all the fun, but there wasn't any reason I couldn't help myself to their toys. If I could succeed in scanning this guy, I might be able to benefit from a larger backpack like him. He managed to put a lot of hurt on me while I was scanning him. It'll take me some time before I could get used to the first edition. Ah, that hit the spot. Time was almost up. I could call it and head back, safely secure what I'd earned. I'll admit, Things were not looking good. It was so chaotic, even my ears weren't functioning properly anymore. I was down to 28 bullets and I was not feeling my best. Could I still pull this off? It's time to cut my losses and get out of here. I'd have to return for the 4th year later, once I'd had a minute to breathe, but more importantly, get more bullets. There it was, just up ahead. Still had quite a bit more to do, but this time, or this next trip, we would focus on gathering the resources necessary to make my life easier.
You know how to build a potion station? I have one right over there.
You had one right over there. I probably should have started scanning with it while it wasn't hostile, but I had forgotten I hadn't quite placed it in first edition yet. It hadn't really occurred to me to use the first edition Chaos. I guess I shouldn't have been surprised. I probably could move these later, but this seems like a fine enough spot. It wasn't the most exciting thing to see the furnace at work, but I had to be sure that this was going to go well. I already acquired some iron through my trips, but it was necessary to learn how to make my own. I see you hiding there. I was a little concerned that I'd be wasting all this wood. It would be good for me to get a sense of how much wood was necessary for how much scrap. I get the impression that the furnace is telling me that it wouldn't waste any of the fuel. Armed with the best bullets I could have, and these nifty new healing potions, it was time to make a push. They say clothes make the man. I say a gun does. With that, my job was done here. That left plenty of time to fill our coffers. Okay, these fire bullets might be a little too hot for even me to handle. I don't know if Hilda wasn't always around, but if I could find her, it would pay off. Didn't look like there was any advice to be had from her today. Let's head on back. Had enough charcoal for the next operation. I think we've got a good start on this saving the world business. Thank you for watching Tran Plays Wizard with a Gun. I'll see you next time.